Right. I've had like a bit of a problem thinking about continuing the weekly vlog thingy because I just feel like it's not as impactful, as powerful as it was in the beginning. Because now I'm just like doing it because I told myself I'd do it, which is okay, I guess, but not really what I wanted it to be. Like, it's not enough of a. I mean, it still is. I mean, even right now, I'm like enjoying thinking about mostly depressing stuff, but like just big stuff or like philosophical stuff or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. It's weird. But I do want to make videos, like bigger ones, as I've alluded to before. But I don't know. I've always sort of suffered from lack of motivation, or just struggled with lack of motivation for like anything. Even like with making music, I absolutely love making music. It's like my favorite thing in the world, really. But then when just like try to, or when I'm put on the spot, because on Friday with my in uni in studio, I was sort of put on a spot, and I was just like struggling to get into it, but then it eventually did start to work, so that's nice. But other than that, it was just again turned into a small talk about the future, because he said then like, okay, what about this piece of music? How do you envision it? What do you think about it? What is it? What's the purpose behind it? And I never really thought of any purpose behind the music I make. It's just music I make. But then he told me, okay, now think ahead, think far ahead. What would you like this to be? If you made this like 10 years in the future, which is stupid to think about 10 years in the future, that's way too far ahead. But it's still like, what do you want to do eventually? What's the plan? What's the goal? And so I just sat there for a moment just thinking, what is the goal? And then in an ideal world, which doesn't exist, in my ideal world, which might exist, I would just sit in my studio, make music, tell people or reach out to people, hey, I've made music, would you like to use it? If so, good, have fun. Or other people ask me to make music for them. That would be the ideal. That is how I want it to be, how I would like it to be as of right now. But that is only the professional side of everything. Everything else is just like too unpredictable. Because there is nothing that is, oops, let me re-say that. Because there is nothing that is like consistent. Everything changes, everything's different. People especially. Someone you meet one day isn't going to be the same person the next day. That's just how it is. How I've thought about it, how I've somewhat experienced it. Yeah. But then again, people are also always the same. It's people are weird, that's what it is. But I like weird. Weird is cool, weird is awesome, I love weird. But it's also just weird, you know? I'm getting too hot. I need to go to sleep. Okay, microphone just goes lame, sure. Right, yeah, future both good and bad. Because I just wrote down like on a little notepad thingy. I just finished the show Ozark, which is a pretty good show, I'd say. Would I call it great? I would call it great. It is a great show. And since I don't like spoiling or being spoiled, I will try to not spoil anything. But it's also that just I've been struggling with struggling, if that makes sense. Because I think it's fairly obvious that I'm not in the best mental shape there is. I feel rather bad about it myself. Rather bad about myself. Where I think like, yeah, okay, nothing's essentially wrong with me. My life is good. I have what I'm supposed to have. I have a room. I live with my grandpa. I have food. I have enough money to get by. It's fine. Yeah, I think, yeah, okay, why do I feel like shit then? And then I think, like, okay, what if I just actually am, like, medically depressed? What if there is something inherently wrong with my brain? And I just never knew and don't know. And another train of thought is that if I were to be diagnosed with any mental illness, I would just use it as an excuse to not do stuff. But then again, it would also be not an excuse, but a reason to actually find help, get help. And I've had a youth coach, like a psychiatrist or a therapist for teenagers, which was quite well. It took a while to actually get going, but when it went, and that's nice. But yeah, I don't know. But can I just want to, like, have a job, have uni, have everything work out? Yeah, I just have to start somewhere. And for now, I've not done anything. Which is why I feel bad about myself. Yeah, seeing as my parents will watch this and understand some of it. This is hard to talk to them directly about, but it's worked out the last few times we have, so that's nice. But it's also not nice because it leaves him with a heavy heart. It is just both unnecessary evil. A necessary evil, as certainly a necessary evil. Because it is not nice, but it feels good to have done it. And I do recommend it. I recommend talking about mental health with anyone, really. Anyone you trust or want to talk to it. It's just anyone you trust. Yeah, do I have anything else to say? Okay, yeah, no, I don't. If I wait that long, I'm already done, so yeah. I hope you've had a wonderful week, and you'll have a wonderful week next week. And I'll be seeing you next time. So yeah, goodbye.